Alright, welcome back to episode 49. Now, like I said last time, this was originally supposed to be episode 48, and since I'm recording this intro after I've recorded some of the parts of the main video, you'll probably hear me refer to it as episode 48 a couple more times in some later parts of the video. But, I can't really go outside because I'm kind of in the middle of what's happening in the video, so I don't want to spoil it. Um, Last time I went down to some ancient cities that are under my industrial area with all my farms, and I was looking for the Silence Armor Trim, but I was not able to find it. I even managed to find a third city after I ended the video. I just dug straight in one direction from the second city, like the back of the second city. It was behind the big portal thing, I think. And then so I just dug in one direction, and I managed to find a third one. Because I was like, oh, there's so many mountains here, maybe if I just dig. And I did. It was pretty far away, though. And I still did not find the trim. But I did find, like, 7 enchanted golden apples across the 3 different cities. And just free, fully enchanted pants. So those are gonna stay in this box. I have netherite for... I did this, just off camera, because I wanted to get netherite for the sets up there. They'd be right around there. I want to finish up that rib set. I don't think I have enough there, though. So, yeah, it's a lot of netherite for just one set. And I also had to fix my sword up. But anyways, I did get Swift Sneak 3, which was another minor goal of mine. So now I can move really fast, which is very nice for building. And aside from that, that's pretty much it. I got a lot of Swift Sneak books, and then a lot of pants. And a bunch of different hose. But not the Silence Trim. I did get Ward, which is the much more common one. I'm just shocked I found 3 different chests with 2 enchanted golden apples in them each before I found the Silence Trim. I just think the double enchanted golden apple thing would kind of be more rare than a trim, even if it is like the rarest trim in the game. Why are mushrooms still growing in here? It's not supposed to happen. But anyways, now that we're back to building, we are working out back there, and so I'm just going to get into the rest of the video so that I can keep working on this. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have this episode out by the 18th because it's the afternoon of the 18th as I'm recording this. So I don't think I can keep the daily schedule going like I wanted to. But it shouldn't be a gap longer than like one day. So I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'll try and keep on the daily schedule as much as I can. I just, I was really tired after getting home from what I had left for the last 2 days, so I didn't really want to play much. I wanted to do something else. But anyways, I'm just going to, end this here, and we'll, work out back there on the courtyard and stuff, like I think I, mentioned last episode or 2 episodes ago. Yeah. Okay, well, um, I wasn't really sure how big I was gonna make it, but I've pretty much run out of dirt here. So, it's probably good enough for right now. Um, I'm thinking, like I said, I want to make a sort of courtyard back here. So, I'm thinking that I will expand this part right here. This path is going to kind of come out here, and then we'll have a stone tough area all the way to out here, roughly. And then on either side, I actually want some big, like, bush decorations. Um, like, really, we're gonna have a big rectangle on either side, and then something, we're gonna make some sort of shape in those out of leaves. And then it'll be like kind of a garden area. But I'm not sure what I want to go for yet. Um, Other than that, there's not much to do back here. Um, until I start planning out the other buildings and stuff. So I'm going to probably get some wool and start working on the shape, and then we'll obviously replace the wool with what I actually need. And I've just noticed all the torch spam I have in my world. This is ridiculous. I need to get rid of some of these. My goodness. Alright, so from what I remember, um, I did a time lapse to expand this all out, and then I came back and said I would be laying out the general shape for what's gonna happen back here, and so here it is. I did this before I went over to the ancient cities. Um, so I think these side ones I'm planning to be like these big uh features, like these big art features. I kind of have to go up here because I've also done something else that makes it a little bit harder to record my videos the way I usually do. So up here we can get a better view of it. So these two side rectangle bits are, I'm planning to be, the wool is going to be leaves on the outside, and then I'll probably put slabs around that. And essentially, it's just going to be like an art fixture made out of leaves, like you sometimes see in, either like, movies or like, big buildings, and architectural structures around the world. And then in the middle here, we're going to have two different fountains, and I'm going to be expanding this tough path all the way out here, which I think I mentioned before. So, yeah. Now, one reason that I couldn't just use free cam there is because I don't have free cam anymore. I actually decided to update my world. So apparently the Chaos Cubed drop with all the sulfur stuff just came out, like today. I had access to it, and so I decided I would optimize my world and update to 26.2, which I think it may be a little weird getting used to the new numbering system at first, but it also kind of makes more sense with the way they're doing updates now, to go by year instead of like version number. But anyways, I'm now on 26.2, so at some point I do want to find those sulfur caves, because I think with all the new variants that this cinnabar block, the red block, I think has, um it could maybe help me fix up the roof here, which I do still need to do, because the roof is not perfect, but the interior on the museum is done. So I would like to be fully done with the roof. on the outside. And hopefully that red block will kind of help me do it, because um its unpolished version kind of looks like netherrack, so maybe the unpolished stairs might look a little better than the mangrove. I'm not sure. Anyways, back to what we're doing right now. I think what will be best for me is just determining what kind of leaves I want to use on this outside bit, and then I can start working on the fountains once I know like how it looks when the leaves are fully put up. So I'm gonna do that. And unfortunately, I also can't do time lapses for a while, because it is probably gonna take a while for the replay mod to update to 26.2, and so that's how I make my time lapses. So we're gonna be without those or Lightmatica for a while, because those are like they're not really big mods, but they're bigger mods than my shaders, which I play with when I'm not recording because I just kind of like shaders. But I think it's also unrealistic to build with shaders because your builds can look a lot better with shaders. So I try to build without shaders so they look good even without shaders, and then they look even better with shaders. So, man, I'm getting really off topic. Oh, I also, the menu's different. I just need to, fix this. I don't know, I guess I turned the chunks all the way up, but my computer runs much better on 24 chunks. I may even turn it down further, but anyways, I will be back when I have the leaves up, and, you know, I might do a mixture of two. We'll see. Okay, I have come up with, I'm probably gonna have to move this at some point, but I have come up with, quite a few different patterns. So I thought about using just acacia leaves alone, because I do really like the acacia leaf texture, but I feel like you can see the sides of the blocks, like the leaf blocks, too well, and I don't really like that. It also kind of looks weird from the side. Usually I'm looking at the leaves from like the top down, which like I really like the top texture, but I don't know if it's just because they're all next to each other. It just looks weird to me from the side, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. I also don't have like that's pretty much all my acacia leaves, so I would have to grow a lot of acacia trees. There is the azalea leaves, and obviously I would put some of the flowering ones in with these if I did do this, but and I did it because I have the planters out here that have the azalea, so I thought I should probably fit with those, but it's just not the right green for me, I think. Um so I mean maybe if I mix in some flowers it would be better, so I might try that one before I fully remove it. Um I really like mixing birch and spruce, but both of them you can really see the sides of the leaf blocks too well, and it is not great. So we're definitely not doing that one. And I don't know why I used my shears, because I can just use my hoe. And then I actually only ended up doing one over here. I think this is the one I'm gonna go with. I have a ton of mangrove leaves, and I actually really like how they look for like a tall bush. This to me looks like the kind of texture you would see on a pretty tall, upwards growing bush rather than like a round fluffy one. And or bushy, a round bushy one. Like fluffy? I don't think I've ever heard that used for a bush. But then I think I'll probably mix in oak or dark oak leaves. I have oak right now, but I also have dark oak. I don't think their textures are different. so I don't think it matters. But yeah, um, I'm gonna do either one of those because I think they fit the best with mangrove out of all the other leaves, and I don't want just this same texture. Because from afar, I think that's a nice variance. You can see there's some oak there. So I think I'm gonna do that. So now it's just replacing all of these with the leaves. So I'm gonna get all of these built up, and I'm probably gonna do these 3 high because 2 high just feels too short. I want it to be like kind of above your head. So yeah. All right. I finished up the rims around the leaves here, and I think actually I didn't even have the leaves up when I was here last. So the leaves actually took a while, and despite all of the oak leaves mixed in, it used quite a few mangrove leaves. Um, although I I still have like half a double chest full of them, and we've also got all of these trees over here because I kind of overcompensated when I was working on the attic up there. So we have plenty of access to mangrove leaves if needed. Now, I'm pretty happy with how the andesite looks. I think I want to mix in another block just to add some variety. And just like the leaves, I'll put it randomly in between all these blocks. And then I think I also definitely want to add a 4th layer to the leaves because on these double full block corners here, it's just one, and it also I think kind of looks weird on the main sides. At least, I don't know. I feel like this transition here could be smoother. I'm not sure how. Maybe like that, and then that. No, I just don't like that. So, I mean, it's really, this is the best looking way I've found out how to do it, because I also did it with just slabs as the main thing here, but I felt like that looked kind of weird. I like just the full blocks as the lowest, so I think I'm gonna add more leaves. But I want to work on these center fountains at the moment, because that is going to determine what else goes out here. Because once the fountains are in, that'll give me a better idea of how much space we have between the big rectangles and the fountains. I'm not really sure what to call them. The leaf exhibits. Features. The bush features. I don't the big bush features. Sure. That works. I guess. I want stairs, maybe some walls. And I'm doing this all in one block first. Obviously just to get the shape. And then I'm going to add in some other tough blocks after. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure. Do I want it like that? No. So I might just have that. I could turn them in at the sides. And then, what do I do with the corner? Wall? Okay. I think I want this center bit to probably be slabs, actually. So you can actually... I mean, we want the fountain to have water in it. That would make sense. Huh. So if I did it like that. I don't like that shape. Slab would block that. And I guess if I didn't waterlog the stair, the water wouldn't flow out. I think. Okay. So... and then there. I guess I don't hate that. But I could have it be larger, because... not helpful. Probably want that in the center there. Come up. I like these sides. Maybe I bring these down. What if I put this on top? And then... Okay. That might be it. I think that's it. Even though I really like the fence on the bottom, to be honest. Wish I could have that. And, I mean, it's not like I can't. Could always tweak it. But... okay. Yeah, just be annoying like that. See if I care. There, there. Oh. Why did I just do that? Were they not placed right? It didn't... I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Okay. How do I feel about slabs on all four sides? I don't like the corners. That's not really better. Well, let me see. Would something like that work? Can we do that and that? Oh! I kind of like that. Do these ever grow back? I don't know. Okay. Now, on the inside... I don't know. I guess we could get very weird with this. How did I get this to work in the basement? I know I have a table exactly like this. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I don't hate that. I need to... Hmm. How'd this work? Oh. Okay. So the wall does not connect in that case. I wanna try something. I I'm gonna keep working on this fountain and the rest of it, but I wanna see if I can cover that up with like a light gray banner or something. Okay, so oh nice. The grass under here does regrow, I just saw it. So, it's kind of raining, and I don't think I can sleep through it because there's not a thunderstorm. But hopefully you can see the fountain design here. I'm pretty happy with it. I just did a little bit of tweaking to the outside here. I did decide to go with just the stairs and no banners because you kind of get like not that. You get this where it's just like that doesn't really fit. I mean it kind of does, but it would honestly maybe work better as like a decorative banner, like something that actually stands. Like I could make a city banner and then maybe put it across all the buildings in the city over time. And so maybe I would like put that on these fountains on these corners. But I don't think it really works as light gray because it blends in too much and it's not really achieving the effect I want. But I'm pretty happy with the fountain overall. Um, I learned it's kind of hard to do a fountain that has a 2x2 center, and I mean, that's what I've learned about many things in this building, is that it's kind of hard to do something with a 2x2 center. And I'm not really sure why things are lagging so much. Okay, my world's honestly been just rather stuttery ever since I optimized it and updated it. Which I thought was supposed to be the opposite of what happens. Like when you optimize it, it runs better. Because, I mean, that's kind of implied by the word optimized. But maybe I'm wrong there. So, I'm going to finish up this fountain. And then, once the fountains are done, we can look at expanding this pathway. And honestly, it might become less of a pathway and more of just a general, like, there might be stone across this whole thing. I mean, I kind of like how it looks, just the three here, but I also want you to be able to walk right up to this. So, I don't know. I might just keep it straight along here and then bend it around this way. So you can walk around the full thing. And that might be better on this day. I'm going to keep it here, maybe. I don't know, actually. um, I want to keep the general shape, but as you can see over here, that's kind of gone. So I don't really know how I'm gonna do things. I'll figure it out. What are you guys doing? Where's your leader? What? There's no banner here. Oh my. I'm getting pelted. Okay. Those guys spawn everywhere. I swear, if you play for more than 10 minutes in your world, they'll spawn all up and down your base. And yep, now that guy's mad at me. Cool. What? Genuinely, what is up with my frames? I used to be able to run things at 24 chunks. Fine. Do not optimize your world. This sucks. This does not run quicker. It runs worse. Never optimize your world. My goodness. Okay. I don't know where that guy is. But I have done two different kinds of texturing on these fountains. One, obviously, I mixed in regular tuff, and then this one I mixed in polished tuff. And the polished tuff is a lot more subtle, and I kind of have a problem with it because it starts this grid pattern here. And normal tuff is nice because it doesn't have that noticeable grid pattern. It looks like it's a more weathered part of the fountain rather than a different, like, brick pattern. And, so that's good. But I kind of don't like it because I know that, it will blend in way too much with the regular path here, which I'm doing out of bricks and normal tuff. So this would be a different, like, texture to it, although the tough bricks would still kind of blend in. So maybe I kind of change up the path a bit, because to be honest, it does look weird on the map. I don't know why tuff is like this really dark brown when you map it, but it is. And I don't know. I mean, it's a nice path, but I also have it. What? Oh my goodness. Just, okay. I hate Enderman. They don't even let you hit them. So, it's a nice path, and I liked it when it was just the 3 blocks. But if we're gonna have this... Wait! If we're gonna have it as our full ground, I don't know. Because we already have it as the full city ground. I think it just died. I don't know. We already have it as the full city ground, which, I mean, this can very easily get very gray. Like, look at this. Imagine this kind of building over and over and over again. Same color. I mean, that's why I'm gonna differ the colors, but still. It's, I don't know. I also really want to improve this house because I don't really love it. I don't know. The roof could be better. The roof could definitely be better. I am not good at roofs. But I think for that reason, maybe I want to find some sort of way to change up the path around the museum. Even if it's just switching to a different gray block. Like stone or maybe even deep slate to go for a darker kind of look. I'm not sure. I just really like the tough color. Like, I love tough, but so much of it, I kind of get tired of it. So I don't know. Anyways, I think all that being said, I honestly might go with the polished tough one. I think the polished tough works better because it looks more like just a different kind of brick laying that they did when building this rather than it's being weathered. And I mean, a weathered look can be nice, but I don't know if it's really what I want. So, yeah, I'm going to replace all this regular tough with polished tough. And then I'll be back. Hopefully they'll be filled with water, too. Because that is a point, the point of a fountain. Alright, the water's all up in these fountains. Maybe the weirdest way I could have said that. Anyways, yeah, the water's all in the fountains. I don't know whether I want to fill all 4 of these or not. I should have kept a bucket so I could show what it looks like when all 4 stairs are waterlogged up there. But I'm kind of considering it because while I don't want it to all be water, it does kind of look a little weird when it's not all filled out, so I'm not sure. I'll decide on that. But these lanterns on the fountain should give a good amount of light around here. We should be able to remove a couple of torches, which is good, because I don't want them dropping down below the platform when I replace all these grass blocks, which is going to happen soon. Look at all of the Endermen out there. They're just standing on trees. What are they doing? Do they even move? Why are they... They've all just been sitting out there. This whole time, I've seen them. I thought they were moving, but they just sit there. What is going on with them? I don't like that. Like, there's like 10 of them out there. Oh yeah, wait. Babies look different now. And he's got a spear. Oh, the animations for spears are interesting. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought the baby had a spear. There's so many babies. Oh my goodness. They're swarming me. I should not have gone down here. Wow. Okay. That actually illustrates my point quite well. I need to light this area up down here because I made another mob farm and it's just not great. I thought that was me hitting grass. No! He's broken through the top. Okay, I'm going back up. I need to clean out that area though. Just like I had to a while ago with the areas over around on the front of the platform. I'm gonna have to fix up down there. But, you know, that's not really something I need to do on camera. I can do that on my own time. So, before we end this episode, I definitely want to get the center of these big rectangles nice and finished, but I'm not really sure what to put in here. One idea I had was maybe coral, but I would have to waterlog some slabs and then place the coral on the waterlogged slabs, I think, to keep them alive. And I want to have some sort of design in them, but I'm not sure how I would do that. And I don't really have a lot of coral. I don't know if I saw a video going over the brand new features that I have just updated to, and it showed the guy in the video was bone mealing coral, but I don't know if it was on Bedrock, so I'm clearly not a Bedrock player, meaning I don't know if that will work in the same way, but I will try it. Okay, that's good. Solid ground. Get some space. I also, I guess you just need Silk Touch for coral. I was like, I'm not even remembering really how I got them in the first place. Okay, that does not seem to work. Maybe it's a sulfur exclusive thing, because they were... It was, I mean, part of the sulfur update, so maybe you have to have it in... I don't know why you would have to have it in sulfur water, though. It doesn't make sense. It seems counterintuitive for a living thing. So, I don't know, I'll figure that out, because if I did do that, I would probably want to do red. Or purple could be nice, too, but red would match my museum. And so I would need a lot. A lot. Now, I want the color red, probably, in both. I don't know how that happened. The dirt chest's a mess. And it's probably going to be filled up again soon, so I'm just leaving it for right now. Other ways to get a red color in the center would be flowers, of course. Now, I have a way to just easily get these double tall rose bushes just by bone mealing. But I also could just keep bone mealing and get a bunch of these poppies. One thing that would be really easy to make, probably, is a flower farm, because all you need to do is I guess automatic bone mealing, and then you push the grass back and forth, and that breaks all of it, and then you have hoppers under that collect the flowers. That seems like something that if I couldn't do like right away, I could at least figure out. You'd hope I could do at least that, but I don't know. I might want to do that. Although rose bushes, I think, would give a more full look. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Another possibility is the crimson foliage. Although, I don't know if you can place these on normal grass. I know you can place the warped stuff on grass. Oh, you can. Okay. I kind of want to compare these. Let's just say we had that, and then poppies. Poppies. That's a reference. Okay. Actually, kind of really hate Wizard of Oz, but I was a part of a production about a year ago at this point. Now, the whole play is practically stuck in my head. Yeah. Because I had to play all the music. Personally, I like the roses best. I think roses are it for me. I do maybe want to try placing down the coral. See how that would look. But as of right now, I'm probably going to go with the roses. So I'll work on that, getting more. And maybe we'll also expand out the path here, depending on time. Behold! The third of the way done! Rose garden. I did decide on the roses, and honestly, I quite like it. But boy, is it expensive. You are looking at about 7 stacks of rose bushes right there. Which means 7 stacks of bone meal, which means about 400 times clicking the rosebush plant that I have over here with bone meal. It's really not a fun process. Not to mention I have to go and place everything afterwards as well. So you know what, I might as well, because I'm going to have to do both sides. The amount of bone meal I need is just, man. So yeah, I am not having much fun actually getting the plants, but I think it'll look quite good when I'm done. I think it's funny, it's definitely going to be padding my bone meal and rosebush stats. I mean, rosebushes are going to be nowhere near my most placed object after this, but they're probably going to shoot up to a couple thousand. Because, I mean, like I said, the amount I've already placed is probably around 500 to 600, if I had to guess. Because just 2 stacks is 128, and I used way more than 2 stacks and only got that much of the garden done. So it's quite the investment. Uh, I could not imagine. I'm so glad I actually went with the roses on this, because imagine how much coral I would have to have. I don't think coral's renewable. I tried bone milling it. It may be, like I said, a sulfur thing, but it also could just be a bedrock thing. And it maybe also just doesn't work on dirt. Maybe I should have tried sand. I don't know. But it's, I think, ridiculous the amount I'm going to have to place. So I'm really glad I didn't do the coral, because on top of that, I would have to break all of the grass blocks and find some sort of slab block that looks green or brown enough to, like, conceivably be a natural ground color. And then I would have to waterlog those slabs from the bottom. So then I would have to place an extra layer of dirt below those, so the water doesn't fall out. It would not be fun. At all. And it, honestly, in the end, probably wouldn't even look as nice as the rose bushes, because I think with the coral you could probably more easily tell where each block is. I think with the roses, they bunch up, like, you know, you've placed flowers before, I'm sure. Like, this is halfway off the block it's being placed on. So I think it's... Well, that's just great, isn't it? Ugh, disgusting. Sunflowers. They bunch up really nicely because they don't place, like, exactly on the grid pattern, and then it really hides the grid pattern. This could raise the question, is there such a thing as too many rose bushes? And you could say yes, but realistically the only time this is even going to be visible is actually flying over it, as well as on the map. It'll probably be a huge splotch of red, which will be kind of funny. But when you're down on the ground, it will not be that noticeable. It'll just... Honestly, it makes the leaves on the outside of the rectangles look like rose bushes themselves, because the red pokes through really nicely. So it's not too bad. And honestly, I may not even add another leaf layer, because with the roses, it, like, I don't know, it just makes it look nicer. To the point where I don't know if I need another layer of leaves. But I also would maybe consider doing it with the peonies. I forgot the name of this one. Okay, I wanted to say lilac, but I wasn't sure. But the peonies, I think, could also work very nice. So I guess I could try that, but I'm kind of already committed to the rose bushes here. It's probably going to be one of my most picked up things. Well, no, not even close, actually, because you have to pick up all the stone you mine, and I know stone's probably my most mined object, so yeah. One thing I do want to do next episode, episode 50, is check all my stats. Because it's, I mean, 50 is a big, like, halfway point to a series, and I think checking my stats could be cool. I don't know, I've kind of been debating whether or not I should, like, one thing I could do with the bookshelves, that I have down in the basement, I could actually, I was gonna say, I've been debating whether or not to, like, actually write down or place down. What? No rose bushes allowed in this garden. Or, well, obviously I'm not following that rule. No dirt blocks allowed in this garden. That's what I meant. Okay. Can't even speak properly. Okay. Um, as I was saying, I'm not sure if I would place down my stats in the way I do the maps. Because I've been thinking about that. Like, how would I maybe make each stat into an item frame? Like, I was thinking I could get an item and put it in an item frame, like a certain item, like the sword. Well, that wouldn't really work. Like, I could put a pickaxe in an item frame, and then that would symbolize my most mined stat, and then I would write down or put in a different item frame what my most mined was. And I've thought about doing it that way, but honestly, a book and quill could work pretty well, I think. And since I have so many bookshelves in the museum now, in both the top and bottom floors, what I could do is just look at my stats every once in a while and write them down in books. And then there would be plenty of room in all of the chiseled bookshelves for those. Um, and like, if I did it every 10 episodes, I would probably never even finish up one bookshelf, because a book, I think you can have like 50 pages in a book, and realistically, doing that would take not, like, maybe 2 pages, to write out the, like, important stats. Um, so, yeah, I mean, depending on how I do it, maybe I use a page per stat, because maybe I've also just thought maybe right now, maybe I write up my top 5. Like, top 5 most mined blocks, top 5 most picked up items, something like that. And, I think that could be interesting. Although for the most used, I would maybe exclude, um, tools, because then obviously it would always be like my pickaxe or my shovel. Um, wow, this is so many roses. But I kind of like the idea of that. But anyways, I might start doing that. Probably starting next episode if I do start it. But I do quite like the book idea. So, wow, it's a lot of red. My eyes just got blasted with the color red. Um, but I am just gonna finish this up on my own now, and we'll see what the plan is once I'm done. Well, that that took a lot. That took a lot of roses. But it's done now, and I think it looks actually quite nice from up here. Um, one problem is that, oh boy, you can kind of feel the frames drop when you're anywhere in or near this thing. So, could have been a bit of a mistake. But, um, I think as long as you're, like, not looking directly at it, it's fine. Because I seem to be okay out here. So, that should be good. I'm not really sure where to put the rest of these rose bushes. But, um, I think that is a good amount of work that we have gotten done. For curiosity's sake, I do want to check just how many rose bushes I placed times used. Come on, it's got to be pretty high up. Hello? Where is it? Did I just scroll past it? Yes. Okay, so I scrolled past it multiple times. 3,000 times. And apparently I've picked up 3,400. Oh, because at least 400 of it I've crafted into red dye. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. We have right in front of me 3,000 rose bushes. That's actually that's insane. Um, it took a lot of right clicks to put all that down. But I think I haven't even looked at how long we're running on time, but even if it's not too long, I think this is a pretty good stopping point. And yeah, next time I'm still kind of figuring out how I'm gonna do number 50. I want to get some building done, but I also want to leave it as kind of a fun episode where I just kind of take a break and um celebrate, I guess. I don't know. But I'll figure that out. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time during episode 50.